Good evening, friends, neighbors, countrymen, and barrel-chested freedom fighters from all around the world. Got the old paratrooper here. I am back again right here at the end of 2024, going into 2025. I had to kind of take a break from doing content just because life has been kind of crazy the past 7 or 8 months. But I'm cautiously optimistic going into 2025. No need to go into the rest of the stuff that went on in 2024 because that's certainly been well documented by people other than me. But as we're moving forward with Tales from Patrol Base, I'm going to start generating some more stuff. But one of the things I was able to do the past 4 or 5 months was I was able to get in a lot more reading. And that's just my schedule prior to that had just been so crazy and hectic. And I wanted to bring this book up to your attention. The book is, you can get it on Amazon. There you go. It's called Recce by a gentleman named Koos Stadler. And what it's about, this fellow spent about 30 years in the South African military, both the Defense Force and National Defense Force. National Defense Force being the post-apartheid Mandela Defense Force. And for those who are not aware, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, Southern Africa was a hotspot. It was kind of one of the hot zones in the Cold War. And South Africa found themselves fighting in Mozambique, Namibia, and Angola. Their Special Operations Unit was called the Reconnaissance Commandos, or often called Recce. And in my humble opinion, in the 1980s, they were the MacB-SOG of Special Operations. They were, without a doubt, probably the peer Special Operations force in the world. Not just by the training, but by the mission sets that they were doing. Everything from doing foreign internal defense, direct action, seaborne, airborne, heliborne insertions, and long-range reconnaissance and surveillance. And that's what really drew me to this book was this gentleman, Koos Stadler. He was an interesting guy. His career, like I said, spanned about 30 years. 24 of it was spent in Special Forces. And one of the things he was in when he was in what was called 5 Recce Commando was, or 5 Recce, or 5 Commando. I've heard it multiple different terms there. But he was in what they called small teams. Now, in European and American doctrine, most of our reconnaissance teams are generally about 6 guys. Sometimes down as low as 4, often maybe due to mission requirements or just that's the people you got to do it. Even up as big as 9. But the South Africans, these guys were using 2-man reconnaissance teams, either being inserted by military freefall, static line, or helicopter to go out and do these reconnaissance missions deep beyond into denied territory, looking for terrorist camps. And their missions also included stuff like mining railway lines. He describes a mission in this book where they literally sneak onto an airfield and blow up MiGs. I mean, this is some man among men stuff here. I highly recommend getting a copy of this book and reading it. I would love to sit down and drink. I don't know if this guy drinks beer or not. He's kind of a religious fellow, but anyway, hell of a guy. Great story, and to give you the kind of man he is after doing all these bold, dynamic special operations missions in the war. He did he was a colonel and a defense attaché in Saudi Arabia. He did a 200-kilometer solo hike through the empty quarter, which, for those of you who've been to Saudi Arabia, are well aware, that's a long hike through a god awful desolate place. Uh, One of the most barren in the world. Uh, yeah, this guy, he would be I would definitely like to sit down and talk to this guy, and because this guy's a man among men here, and his book is awesome. So, again, if you are interested in reconnaissance, and reconnaissance missions not just done by U.S. forces, check it out on Amazon. In the meantime, friends, neighbors, countrymen, I hope you all are doing well. Continue to train, watch your six, and God bless America.